Hey man, this is Martin here from Done for Fit Bros, and in this video I'm going to show you the exact way we use to find, convert and enroll new members straight from Facebook ads. Now, getting Facebook ads to work for you is really about following a process that someone else has already tried and tested, which means they've already made all of the mistakes, spent all the money to test, and now it is a proven process. What that means for you is you can skip the trial and error process by just implementing what I'm about to show you today in this case study. Now, about 6 months ago, one of my clients, Dominic, came to me and he asked me if I can help him run ads for him. The reason he asked me was because even though he was spending thousands and thousands on learning everything himself, he just wasn't, it was just not getting any easier, which meant he had to spend a lot of time and money figuring things out, but he wasn't really getting the results to the degree that he wanted. So we started working with him and developed some new ads for him, and to this date we've spent just under £7,000 on paid ads for this funnel. Now, this funnel was one of the first ones I created for him, and if you know anything about Facebook ads, you know the first funnel is always just a test to see how the market responds to what you have out there. So when building the funnel, we wanted to keep it really simple because our target market wasn't like super savvy internet warriors. They were more just like normal people who have normal jobs and they only have a limited amount of time to check their phones and all that sort of type of stuff. So we didn't really need all of the shiny bells and the whistles and the shiny stuff. And we didn't also want to come across as selling all of the time. So what we did is we built this funnel, and with a funnel like this, you always want to remember you are selling membership. So how long the person stays on your membership determines the actual return on investment you get from the investment. So if your membership is £50 per month, and your member typically stays with you for 6 months, then this person has a monetary worth to your business of £50 times 6 months equals £300. So the return on investment, whatever you put in, you're going to get £300 back if they stay for 6 months. Now, what I always say is we are willing to spend the first month's membership fee on paid ads to get them in, because ultimately you are also making an investment in paid ads to get members. You just need to keep that people long enough to make the return, right? So now in June alone, running this super simple funnel, we spent about £1,800 on paid ads, and he took over £12,000 in sales with still 19 people to speak to. So here's his message to me. I'll read the message out to you. He basically said, I think it may be my side with things. We had a bit of a challenge with the calendar syncing with his iCloud. But if we look at the second sentence where it says stats for this month with 37 signups out of 71 people on the phone. He managed to speak to 71 people this month. So 37 signups out of 71. So it took just over £12,000 in sales, and he had a goal for another 4K that month. So he's really going for it. And then basically he was saying he still got 19 people to speak to today. So basically what all of this means is he's had 37 signups, £12,000 in sales. So what this means is for every £1 that we spend on paid ads, we spend £1,800 and he collected £12,000 in sales. So every £1 that we spend on paid ads, he took £6.76 home straight away, immediately, right? Now, obviously your numbers don't have to be that big. Let's say you only have £300 for paid ads right now. So at this rate of ROI, return on investment, if you spend £300 and you times it with 6.67, which is the return on investment that we got for him, it equals to £2,000 square, straight up. So basically what this means is you spend £300, you get your return on investment, you get 2K in the bank, boom, you have 2K in your pocket right now. So that's still a huge win, right? So basically what that means is give me £300 and I will turn that into 2,000 right now. Now here's the kicker. This isn't even the recurring revenue he's made from it. After this payment, he sells them onto his 6-month membership. So basically he gets people to commit to an 8-week program first, and then afterwards he has them commit to a longer program, like 6 months. But obviously understand that the people who paid for the 8 weeks, only about 60 to 70 of them actually go on to the longer program. So this really makes the numbers really complex to calculate exact return on investment, and also how much money he's collecting every month, and so forth. So it's a bit all over the show at the moment. So we'll just leave it here for now. If you can just remember that, you know, his return on investment is £6.67 immediately. So yeah, we'll leave it there. The main aim of this video or this case study is really to show you how we did it and how we've optimized it to be better. Now, it all really starts with this Facebook ad. You've got to have paid ads. There are obviously other strategies that don't require paid ads, but often it takes a lot longer, maybe like 5-6 months longer, to have the same ROI that paid ads can have in 1 month. Okay, so this is the ad, the example. It's just a normal ad. It basically has 2 hooks there at the start. We obviously make sure that they want the result, which is the first qualification, the first yes we want out of them, and then the second yes if they live in that area. And then basically the rest of the copy basically digs into what we offer in the program. Now, in this case, we used a video ad. As you can see, we have a video there which showed a promotional preview of what they could expect in the sessions. Now, when you do a video like this, you'll do 2 things. You'll push away people who don't like what they see. And number 2, you'll attract people who are interested, like what they see, and want to give it a go. Now, this is one of the ads we spent the money on. We did split test a few of these ones. And in other words, we ran a few ads alongside each other to see which converts a bit better, but this was one of the top ones. And as you can see, so it's got over 100 likes, 40 comments, and multiple shares. Now, we spent about 6,800, just under £7,000 over the past 6 months on these ads, and from that we got 31,200 clicks on the ad, and then 6,500 people clicked on the Learn More button. That basically so what that means is a person saw the ad, clicked on it, and then we sent them to a simple website page, also known as a landing page. Now, right now I'm going to say this. I'm not saying you should go and spend £6,800 or more on ads. Don't do it if you have no support from someone who's actually done this and knows how to do it. It could turn out to be a disaster for you if you just fly off the handle with it. We basically spend this money because we know what to optimize for and what to change and when to change things when stuff isn't working. Okay, so where did we send these clicks? These people that saw our Facebook ad, clicked on it, where did they go? So we send them to this page. It's a very basic landing page. It's very simple. Like, most of everything on this page sucks in terms of the copy, the headlines, everything. Like, this is almost the opposite of everything they teach you about landing pages. Nothing in here, nothing on this page is scientific. Now, the reason we can do this is because we have the experience in knowing that if you get your offer right, if it truly speaks to your local audience's needs, then it's not so much about the NLP stuff. Like, a lot of people out there offer services, programs, and things that their customers don't want to buy. And basically then they look for every way they can sell it to try and sell it to people, right? So it's like that thing of saying, trying to polish a turd. If people don't want to buy it, they're not going to buy it no matter how you dress it up. Now, if your offer is great, then people will buy from you regardless of what your marketing looks like. And as an example, this page is very ugly, and it's one of the uglier ones that we've created. We basically just threw this together to see if it will stick. And because our offer was so strong, luckily it did stick. Now, only 10 to 15% of people that land on this page will be interested in the offer. Okay, so it's a very simple page, and we converted about 11% of people landing on these pages. Okay, so from the 6,500 people who clicked the Learn More button, 630 gave us their email addresses. So basically what happens, they give us the email address, so we send follow-up email marketing as an additional step, but whilst they are here right now, then we have this step. We send them to a page where we ask for a bit more information. Now, this is just throwing a simple survey on the back end of an opt-in. We use this form to understand what our future members are really struggling with, and if you're smart, you always tailor what you sell and how you sell it to what your local audiences are actually struggling with right now. So over the course of like 6 months, 387 people filled out this little survey. Here's a screenshot of the applications that we were getting, and it's quite recent as well, right? The beauty of all of this, people are actually telling you day in and day out what they are struggling with, and you just need to create content and your offer around that, and then they look at you as the big man in town, right? But here's the thing. Again, just to quickly recap, we spent £6,800 on the ads in total, but just in June we spent £1,800 but got 12,000 back in sales. That's just June. That's not every other month we run the ads, right? So we spent that huge amount just in June. We did that because we knew his market was ready and primed at that time. The beauty of all of this, after the form, after that little survey, we told people to book in a call with us. So, basically we asked them to book in this call to talk about their challenges and see if we can help them. Now, this is the secret sauce, secret sauce, if you will. They just saw an ad on Facebook. They saw this video and they're like, wow, I'm interested in this. They basically land on the landing page. They give us the email address. We send them follow-up email marketing. We then send them to a form to say to them, look, tell us what you're struggling with, and then we give them the opportunity to book in a call with us so we can help them with those struggles, okay? So we basically were selling this conversation, okay? Every person who saw our ad was given the opportunity to tell us a bit more of themselves, then speak to us, and then if they thought we can help them achieve their goals, they could just talk to us about it. But the important part is they had to take 6 to 7 minutes and tell us about their situation before we spoke to them. Now, this is an application, right? This is basically saying, hey, we would love to talk to you, but before we do, I want to know a little bit about you. And this did two things. First, it helped us make sure that the people that Dominic was speaking to, we could actually help that person and wouldn't just be wasting their time or his by talking with them. And secondly, it meant the person was serious. Because if someone can't take 6 to 7 minutes, you get someone who's in pain or they need help or need something. Like, let's say you go to the doctor and you've got a broken arm and you can't sit and you can't wait in the emergency room for 7 minutes to get treated, then really you don't want your broken arm to be fixed, right? So it was basically like a repellent. People who saw the application, if they were like, well, I'm not filling this in, so okay, well then you're not serious about your problem, okay, and you probably don't want it fixed. So it was another layer of filtration that we use, so that we make sure that we're only talking with people who actually want to move forward with their health and fitness, okay? It didn't mean that these people had to buy anything or that they had to put any money down. Basically, Dominic didn't charge them for a call or anything. He basically the positioning that we took is like, look, if you want to talk to Dominic about getting these X, Y, and Z results, spend 8 minutes, fill in this form, and tell us your situation. Now, like I said, 387 people filled in this form, and that's basically, if you work that out over 6 months, that's 50 people a month. And basically, that's almost 2 conversations a day. Now, do you think you can have 2 conversations a day with someone who really, really needs your help? Now, quick recap. We have an ad written very simple. We had 31,000 people, 31,500 people engage on the ad. 6,000 of them clicked to the landing page. We collected 630 emails and 387 people applied. And out of the people that applied, a certain percentage, about 40% of people booked in a call, and he spoke to them and found the people that he could actually help. So a little breakdown on this, the people who booked the call, because I don't have the exact numbers right now, but of the people that he booked onto the call, some of the people he obviously spoke to and he sold them onto his program. Some people never answered their phones and never got back to him. And the people that he spoke to that didn't sign up, they were just not suited for whatever reason, and it didn't make sense for them to join his programs. Like I said earlier, these numbers are pretty big numbers, but they don't have to be this big. Let's just say you put £300 into a paid traffic system and you get 2k back every month. You'll be a happy camper, right? So what you can also do from then is, like, once you get that money back straight up, you can then sell people onto a recurring program for recurring revenue. Now, how many times do you have to do that to hit your revenue goals? If you want like 10k a month to 15k a month, like, it will take you 5 to 6 months of selling 2k every month, right? Makes sense? So really, just take whatever your number is, how much you want to make, and you can plug it in and the numbers will work out, okay? Now, why does this all work? Let me break it down for you. There are 4 to 5 steps. Step 1, survey your audiences. A lot of coaches I speak to, they make the mistake of just selling what they want to sell or what they think they need to be selling. And I get that. All of us want to sell proper technique and dedication to the grind, but we forget that not everyone, the average Joes of this world, has the exact same drive as us to be in super shape and to be so dedicated to the cause, right? Now, maybe in your area, only 10% of people are that dedicated, and typically they are other personal trainers or athletes or whatever the case may be. Everyone forgets about the other 90% of people who have work, who have kids, and have other things going on and can only dedicate a small part of their lives to the gym. So what you need to do is truly survey your audience, then translate that into a solution you can sell, and then step 2 is your solution you offer. Now, a lot of people confuse the word offer with 10% off or offering a cheaper price or whatever the case may be. I am here to tell you today, it's not about how many sessions you offer or extras or money off, etc. that makes people buy. It's really about understanding what results they want to achieve and what you are selling to them to achieve that result. So if 100 people are saying they want to lose 3 kilos within 8 weeks, why would you market train like an athlete with the correct form? Okay? You would be better off saying lose 3 kilos in 8 weeks by following this system whilst they are training with you, coaching them onto the right and proper ways. Okay? So if what you're selling isn't actually perceived as good to the marketplace and people don't understand it and they get confused when you try and talk to them about it, then you won't be able to sell it very well. And step 3 is your lead generation process, which is basically the process I've just been breaking down for you, showing you the ads, the landing pages, the opt-in forms, all that sort of type of thing. And the thing that I'll say about that is you can have the best lead generation process in the world. You can have all of this set up properly, but if your offer isn't relatable and make people want to take action, then it won't get you any more members. Which is why, ironically, 90% of the Fit Bros I talk to, the guys that end up coming in and working with us, most of the time they actually make all of their money back from working with us because their offer is tuned and fixed. And all of a sudden, people just want to pay stuff, want to pay them to get help from them because their offer is good. Now, if you have an offer but you don't have any paid traffic, you don't have a lead generation process down to where you can get clients for this offer, then nobody will care that you have a good offer because nobody knows. Okay, so the lead generation part is very essential to stand out in the local area. Then step 4 is your retention. Like, look, as soon as this person signs up or buys from you to your program, what are you doing to retain them immediately? What are those first 45, 60 days looking like for them? Okay, how are you making sure they're comfortable? How are you educating them? How are they integrating into your beliefs and your community? And these are all important questions, because so many guys focus so much on the sales side of it, they forget that they have to sell their membership every month to their existing members so they can continually reinvest. Now, did you know recurring memberships are one of the hardest things to sell? I've seen hundreds of personal trainers who focus so much on the front end, they completely forget that the people in front of them in their sessions are the ones they should be selling to every session. Okay? And step 5, and I'm kind of hesitant to mention the step in here because so many people just nod along and they really don't do anything. There's this one guy who always asks me for help, yet he never wants to commit to getting the help. And every time I speak to him, he has an excuse right now, but when I speak to him, he's always stuck at the same level he was months before, right? So step 5 is really the choice between surviving and thriving. It's a choice of doing it yourself, struggling for months on end, trying to save a pound here and there, when you can be earning hundreds of pounds everywhere. Okay, the secret recipe on how Dom got such great results is for the simple reason he took all 5 steps and made sure he committed to it. No matter what you want to make or how many new clients you want to get, if you have a scientifically well-engineered process to do that, and even better if you can get someone who's experienced at doing it, like I say, let's say you have a certain type of cancer, right? And are you just going to pay some low-level doctor to help you cure it? Or are you even going to try and do it yourself? Or do you want a specialist to help you, right? I'd always go for the specialist. And that's where we are right now with our clients and our own business, our own fitness business. Now, what should you be doing with this information? Look, after the past 12 months of running FitBros ads for them, I've come to realize that everyone needs help with these 5 steps. They seem simple, but they are super hard work if you create it all from scratch. So we've decided to develop this program, and this program covers all of the 5 steps I've just mentioned. All of this is done for you stuff where we have basically created everything. You just need to plug it into your business. We'll basically give you a survey for your existing members. We'll translate what they want to buy, in other words, what results they want. We'll help you develop some programs for those people's desires. We'll give you training on how to have conversations with prospects, and we'll give you our 60-day retention plan. During this time, you'll be in a private Facebook group. You'll be able to ask questions and get answers, and we'll give you some extra training whenever you need it. Now, we are offering you right now one of 5 phases. There are 2 things you need to qualify for it. 1, you are a good person and a great coach, and what you have to sell is actually helpful and transformative for the people you serve. And number 2, you're serious. Now, some people like this free information stuff. They think it's just fun to take advantage of everything, but they never implement anything. And if that's you, you just need to go away, please. It's not the information, just the information that changes things. It's implementation. Information at the right time and action on that information. You have to want to get the results that you desire. If that sounds like you, then apply. Once you've applied, what's going to happen? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to set aside 45 minutes of time to speak with you on the phone, to ask a few quick questions. And the first step is just to learn about what you're selling and how you're selling it. Once I understand that, I can implement and tune and tailor the system to work for your business. And the rest of our time we'll spend together actually starting to implement this acquisition system to get clients easily and consistently with stability every month. Now, that may sound too good to be true, but here's a comparison that I want to make. When I got involved with S&P, Sean and Z, they hadn't had a holiday in years. And if they did have a holiday, one guy had to work his nuts off for a whole 1 to 2 weeks, doing like 60 hours of hard work in a week. Even so, when they were vacationing, they were never really on holiday. They were never really present because they were so worried about the things that's happening at the facility back home. But right now, the business grew by £3,000 recurring in August. And this all happened while Sean was in Spain for 2 weeks. I was in Lithuania and Ibiza for a week. Z went to France for 2 weeks. And next month, we're holding one of our retreats and we're taking time out of the business to go and do that whilst our business is running all of the time. So we've got all of these systems in place, and we can take time off for holidays with no worries about it. And we can just basically turn the system on and off as needed. And so we want to offer you the same system. So if you want to book for this, the link to apply is below this video. But again, this call is free. But if we get on the phone and mutually decide you're a candidate and you would be a great fit for us to personally help you build all of this out with you, then that's totally up to you. We can totally talk about it. If not, there's no pressure and we won't even make an offer. This isn't really about making an offer. This is to see if there's an interest in this and having conversations with real life human being business owners to help them create the system in the business. So if that's like something you can see yourself benefiting from, profiting from, then there's an opportunity here for your business. Or if you're the person that works with clients and you've been looking for a way to bring stability to your business, and maybe you've been looking for a way to even out that up and down income, that roller coaster income, then this is a perfect opportunity for you. You don't even have to pay anything. You just need to click the link below, fill out a quick application. It will take you 7 to 8 minutes, and then we'll hop on the phone and talk to you. That's pretty much all I've got. Okay? Hopefully this was helpful. This is but a drop in the bucket compared to what we can help you with on the call. So if you want more and you want a deeper understanding of this, go and apply, and I'll catch up with you on the phone. Cheers. Bye-bye.